The quantum shields of New Arcadia hummed with electromagnetic energy as Emperor Veilthok surveyed the sprawling metropolis from his crystalline tower. His scales, each one a masterwork of evolved bioengineering, caught the artificial sunlight streaming through the dome's hexagonal panels. For 3 centuries, he had ruled the dragon clans with absolute authority, his word reshaping the very fabric of reality through advanced psionic manipulation. The peace accords between dragons and humans had lasted 50 years, but Veilthok maintained strict segregation protocols. Dragons occupied the upper atmospheric layers of the city, their biotechnological spires reaching toward the stars, while humans scurried about in the lower districts, managing the service industries that kept civilization functioning. It was an arrangement that satisfied his need for order and hierarchy. His youngest offspring, Kyrian, had been born with a rare genetic mutation that left his wings malformed and his fire glands underdeveloped. The medical scanners had been clear: the hatchling would never achieve flight, never breathe the plasma flames that mark true dragon nobility. In their society, such defects meant exile or worse. Veilthok had reluctantly placed the child in a specialized care facility on the border between dragon and human territories, visiting only when imperial duties demanded it. Today's inspection was routine until he saw her. Maya Rodriguez worked the evening shift at the Neo-Tokyo Fusion Café, one of the few establishments that served both species. Her augmented spine allowed her to lift heavy serving trays with ease, while her neural implants translated the complex clicking languages of her dragon customers. She had been working there for 2 years, saving credits for engineering school, when they brought Kyrian to the café's medical wing. The baby dragon was barely the size of a house cat, his iridescent scales dulled by pain. His damaged wings hung limp at his sides, and his breathing came in shallow, irregular bursts. The automated care systems had malfunctioned, and the facility's dragon staff had called in sick with flux fever. Maya was the only one qualified to operate the life support equipment. She worked through the night, her hands steady as she calibrated the atmospheric processors and adjusted the thermal regulators. When Kyrian's core temperature dropped dangerously low, she wrapped him in her own jacket and held him against her chest, her human body heat providing the warmth his failing systems couldn't generate. Veilthok arrived at dawn, expecting to find his son under the care of proper dragon medical staff. Instead, he discovered Maya asleep in the corner chair, Kyrian curled peacefully in her arms. The baby dragon's vital signs had stabilized, his scales beginning to show their natural luster. "What is this?" Veilthok's voice resonated through the room, his psionic presence pressing against the walls. Maya startled awake but didn't release her grip on Kyrian. "He needed someone," she said simply, meeting the Emperor's gaze without flinching. The machines couldn't give him what he really needed. Veilthok studied the scene before him, a human showing more compassion to his offspring than he had managed in months of visits. His advanced neural networks, capable of processing quantum calculations in nanoseconds, struggled to compute this simple act of kindness. "You would care for a creature that brings you no benefit?" he asked. "He's not a creature," Maya replied, gently stroking Kyrian's head scales. "He's just a baby who needs help." Something fundamental shifted in Veilthok's worldview that morning. The rigid hierarchies he had maintained for centuries suddenly seemed less important than the soft breathing of his son in human arms. He began visiting daily, not as an emperor performing duty, but as a father learning what love looked like without conditions. Within months, he had dismantled the segregation protocols and established the first integrated medical centers. Maya became Kyrian's official caretaker and, eventually, the bridge between two species learning to see past their differences. The dragon who had once ruled through fear discovered that true strength lay in the gentleness of a human waitress who saw worth where others saw weakness.